Liberal struggling with the fact she prefers conservative men. Where have I heard this before? I think Twitter? Yeah, I think I saw something like this on Twitter.
Do you want to know one of the saddest realizations I recently had? Was that as a liberal woman, it is really hard to find a man who is willing to play the more traditional masculine role in the relationship.
You think?
Yeah, is this not obvious? Like, hold on. Chat, I don't know how to say this without sounding political, but feminists and Karens are generally exclusively left-leaning. There are Karens, but they're on the right. I'm just saying it's almost generally left-leaning, and those people push out any men who are more traditional in values. Like, yeah, it's hard to find a traditional man as a liberal woman because 90% of what you preach is anti-man. And here's another thing. Here's another distinction, by the way. Is it hard for her to find a traditional man, or is it hard for her to keep a traditional man? Because I promise you, it's probably not hard to find one. Just open your freaking eyes. They're everywhere. The mass majority of men are quote-unquote traditional because traditional just means male instinct to provide and protect. I promise you can find someone easily. And I'm willing to bet her issue is she can't keep one. Like, realistically, I think you go on a dating app and you go off and talk to someone, and then she's like, oh, who do you vote for? In like the first 5, like, I don't know, messages, or like maybe on the first date, and she finds out who you voted for. She's like, oh my god, you voted for someone I don't like? I don't want to talk to you anymore. And the guy's like, oh, okay, that's fine, I guess. The problem is she wants a traditional man who acts non-traditional. That's like I feel like that's a fallacy. Like a logical fallacy. How do you act not traditional but still be traditional? Don't you have to act traditional anyway? Just say you're a felon and don't vote. Yeah, that'll teach him. Yeah, I'm a criminal. It's like, oh, okay. Wash my dishes, boy, you better wash them for me, or whatever this is. Looks you up and down and scoffs at you. Get yourself together. No, the man has to change the friggin' diapers. I want to be the career woman. Some chicks dig that. That's fine. I'm just saying it's weird. Anyway, sorry, I paused again, Jesus. That was a bit of a tangent. Oh god. Okay, let's keep going.
Hello? Who is not a conservative?
Who's not a...
Chad, I paused the video too soon. She gave me the answer literally 3 seconds later. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Yeah, I don't know, man. I feel like this is a skill issue. Like, honestly, I genuinely think this is a skill issue. Number one, if you're so ideologically hooked on politics that that's one of the main things you're looking for in a relationship, you're cooked. I think you should go into a relationship with an open mind. Sometimes those people can change, and you and the way you think as you grow up, or vice versa, you know, like that's how normal people function, I would hope. And number two, if you care so much about politics, why are you even looking for a traditional man in the first place? I don't get it. If you're so embedded in the culture war that is today's politics, why do you even want a traditional man? Shouldn't that repulse you? Like, shouldn't that be disgusting? Like, abhorrent to you? And to top it up, like, the core values of the political parties in America today are the complete opposite of what they used to be. Like, I'm just saying, man, it's completely switched. Wow, this video is great. Don't say that! Oh, don't say that, I swear. I'm not meaning to pause on purpose so much, man. Oh, okay, scene. Gotta keep it going. Give me... Okay.
A man who wants to pay on the first date, who wants to open your door, who
Chat, one of my biggest pet peeves is women. Well, not okay. Pause. Okay, my biggest pet peeves is women. Well, not just women. Anybody who wants you to read their freaking minds. But women seem to do it a lot more. Again, your political party is the home of feminists and Karens, right? Both of which hate it and have been insanely vocal about men not opening your door or paying on the first date. And like, it doesn't make any sense to me. Like, she could make this an actual good video and not rage bait by like simply changing the rhetoric from why won't men align with me politically, be more traditional, to I don't understand why men as a whole don't want to be more traditional. We should change that. But I promise you she's not gonna say that. Because if she did, she'd get absolutely ostracized by her own, like, by her own people, by her own political party, all her friends, a lot of her family. Like, this is tribalism, chat. This is what it does, man. It's sad. And I wish this wouldn't happen. You can't even have like an opposing point of view without people freaking the fuck out. Yeah. I just don't understand. Okay, hold on. God, I've been pausing so much. Let her cook. Okay, let her cook, Alana. Let her cook.
Has that want and desire to take care of you and to provide, who is not a conservative. And obviously, as a liberal woman, I do want to be respected for my independence. And I do want to have my own autonomy in the relationship and not be confined or conform to the traditional female homemaker.
What? I mean, yeah. Okay, first of all, trad wives aren't bad. Traditional wives, for those that don't know what trad wife means. You should try it sometime. You might actually like it. Second, if you decided you liked it, you're never gonna get to do it in this economy. Good luck buying a house or existing without like a two-person income in 2025. Thirdly, I don't know why liberal women treat becoming like a homemaker like it's the fucking boogeyman. Like you're a fucking slave inside of the house. Like you have to take care of the house or someone's gonna beat you for it. It's like, wow! I didn't realize we lived in the 1950s. Like it's a fucking ghost that just teleports into your room and shackles you with handcuffs and doesn't let you leave the house ever, have your own life or something. There are so many men that want to be house men or house husbands, whatever it's called. Yeah, dishwasher, baby factory, and an easy bake oven. Yeah, you pop out babies and you're like shackled to the table. You can't go to the hospital. I feel like it's so insanely delusional to think that a man is just going to go like, yep, actually, you're not allowed to work. I just want you to stay home and cook me dinner that I can't afford, or like my one-person income. Like, come on, man. What are you doing? If you were to ask any trad wife or whatever how she became one, I bet 90% of them, probably even more, would say, yeah, I used to work and then I had a baby and my husband got a promotion. The monthly cost of daycare was like higher than my monthly salary anyway, so that's why I work. It's a decision. I genuinely don't think men are like putting a gun to the woman's head or like holding the woman's feet to the fire when it comes to this kind of thing. I think it kind of just happens naturally at this point. Maybe like a long time ago, before any of us were born, that was probably like an expectation, but like now I definitely don't think this happens. If it does, I think it's weird. Yeah. If a woman actually does things like garden and stuff, you make a single income work if you manage your money well and live a bit frugally. That's not my point. I'm just saying, like, economically speaking, it's rough being a one-person income living with two people. It is. It's just objectively how it is. That's why it's leaning that way. But I hate the alienization of, like, wanting to take care of... like say how you said in the example, a garden, or maybe you have like chickens or something if you're allowed to. Maybe you save money that way because eggs cost so much or whatever. Like, you know, I don't know. I feel like, I don't know. It's very weird position and very weird stance to have.
Childbearing role.
Oh.
Well, okay, hold on. But like, who bears children? What are men gonna start popping? Yo, if men could like carry babies for 9 months, that would be awesome. That would be great. You like carry the babies in your tummy instead of women.
Some of the men that I've dated who do have that more natural provider masculinity about them.
Yeah, impreg. Yeah.
So I don't really.
I don't know, man. The traditional woman, the baby bearing role. It's like, yes, you're the one with a fucking uterus. Like, oh my god. Carry the baby in the sack. Yeah, your balls like fucking inflate. Oh my god. The same person that says she would prefer traditional marriage, but she will likely suffocate in a traditional marriage. I just think that some people should give it a try, and if they don't like it, that's fine. But like saying, oh, trad wives are bad, they're like brainwashed by men to be slaves. It's like, no, that's not how it works, but okay. No. Chat, we need to have like, we need to normalize having your own viewpoints and not subscribing to every talking point or stance your political party has. Like, think for yourself. Like, I'm putting my hands on my head and like smacking my head, and it's just like just think for yourself. You should be, you know what, I'll say this, you should be able to be a liberal and love guns. You should be able to be a conservative and be for socialized healthcare. I know, like fucking brain blast moment, like, but no, you can't have that. I hate when people say like, oh, you love guns? You must be a conservative. It's like, what? Like, excuse me? Like, in communist Russia, they actually loved guns. They taught you how to disassemble guns back in the day. Like, what does that say about, like, that political climate? Like, what? It's so weird. But what was I trying to say? Oh, these kinds of problems wouldn't be so prevalent if tribalism wasn't so deeply embedded in politics. It's so cringe. I think it's low IQ. Like, ask yourself this question. Would this woman feel this way and say these things if she wasn't afraid of her own political party, like, attacking her? Would she be open to dating a conservative man if she wasn't worried about people questioning her political beliefs? Like, oh, your husband's a conservative? Well, that's not good. Maybe you should, like, try and convert him. It's like, oh my god, man. It's not low IQ. Political parties have encouraged tribalism for blind faith. Yeah, but you don't, okay, never mind. You don't get it. It's fine. I think it's very low IQ to have tribalism, but yeah, sure. No, it's not low IQ, sweetie. Yeah. I don't know. I know the whole gun thing was like a funny example, but like honestly, it's really, really, really discouraging to think that there are people out there who are like, if you're a true liberal, you can't have a gun. It's like, who said? They mean it was planned? You guys completely misunderstand my point. You misunderstood my point. I'll make it clear. I think that people who think like that are low IQ. Not that it wasn't on purpose. I'm saying that the people that engage in it are low IQ. Blind faith is low IQ in my opinion. It means you aren't thinking for yourself. That's the point. Yeah, I understand that tribalism is like the whole point, but I'm just saying, like, engaging in it is very annoying and like, look, it's stupid. What about a conservative that doesn't like guns? That's fine too. I don't give a fuck. Think what you think. I don't ask people. You know what's really annoying? When people like ask you at work, for example, they're like, oh, well, are you conservative or liberal? And then when you say like, I don't know, they get really annoyed. They're like, why don't you know what you are? It's like, maybe because I don't want to engage with it? Like, Yeah, how dare you? It's like, you damn fat sinner! How about neither? Yeah, if you say neither, then they're like, oh, well, you're one of those. It's like, what of what? Say it. Say it with your chest, motherfucker. No, it's Super Bowl. You have to root for my team. And if you're not on my team, then I fucking hate you. It's like, oh, yeah. I don't vote. I don't care. Yeah. And then there's people who say if you don't vote, then you're a bad person. It's like, well, okay. I guess so. I'm not one of those that just don't feel like an argument in work about politics right now. Well, even if it's not at work, it's like people who like try to become friends with you. That's another annoying thing, chat. It's become very normal to demonize fence sitters. If you are on one side or another, you're the enemy. Because your non-action is like quote-unquote violence. It's like, I don't know, man. It's insane. It's crazy to think that that's the normal now.